So I have an idea for a project, and I'll cut right to the chase. It's a website where people interested in the South Florida tech community can go to find out about local events in tech, find job positions in tech, and learn about the local tech companies. The thing is, not only are there already websites that do this, there's Refresh Miami, there's Startup.Miami, but I've already done this. In 2018, I built a website called sflproject.com. SFL stands for South Florida. It's a website where people could go see the upcoming tech events in the area and learn more about the local tech companies. But that project never really went anywhere. At most, I was getting 50 to 60 users per month. So I ended up dropping it around October of 2019. Which begs the question, why try this again? And there are two good reasons for this. The first one is that I just gave up on this project way too soon to begin with. At the time, I thought that since the website didn't work out, that meant that the whole idea didn't have potential. Except the website was never much to begin with. I only ever built 3 features: the events feed, related events, and the companies directory. There are a lot more things I could have tried to test the potential of this site and of the whole idea. Those 3 features barely scratch the surface. Not to mention other websites have done this for several other cities around the world. In fact, there's one company called Built-In who's done it for 8 cities in the US. They use the same layout and design for all of their pages, so I'll just show you one of them. Let's pick Seattle. Right away, we can see some of the local companies, news, and tech jobs available right now. We can also look into the average salaries for different positions in the area and zoom in on specific companies for details like location, perks, benefits, and technologies they use. It's pretty cool. But South Florida doesn't have anything like this. And maybe Built-In is working on it, but I don't know, and I'm not gonna wait for them to find out. The truth is, though, that alone wouldn't be enough to convince me to take this project back up. Because there is one solid reason why this might not be worth it. And that reason is that South Florida just doesn't have a reputation for being a great place to start a tech company or find tech work. But don't take it from me. Let's take a look at a report that Emerge Americas puts together every year. Taking a look at the 2019 report, we can see that in 2019, companies in the region raised a total of $2,390,000,000, putting it in 7th place in the US, behind San Diego but ahead of Austin, Texas. That's not bad at all. But now, take a look at the number of deals that money was spread across. South Florida had by far the lowest number of deals compared to the other cities on that list. One reason why that matters is because the more funded startups there are in the region, the more likely that some of those startups will grow to become profitable, established businesses, or get acquired, or even IPO, which ideally results in more tech work in the region, as well as rich and experienced employees and founders who go on to start even more companies, or invest in local companies, or mentor local founders. That's why seeing such a low number compared to other cities just isn't great. And it's even less great when you realize that 2 companies that have yet to turn a profit were responsible for 70% of all funding in South Florida in 2019. Those 2 companies are Magic Leap and Reef Technology. And don't get me wrong, South Florida is definitely better off with these companies than without. My point is that the future of tech in the region is heavily dependent on whether those 2 companies work out or don't. At least that was the case until 2020, which I think will be the first year that the region can stand on its own without relying on its biggest 1 or 2 companies. 2020 will be the first year, at least as far back as the Emerge Americas reports go, which is 2013, that South Florida tech companies didn't rely on Magic Leap or Reef Technology to hit the $1 billion mark in funding. We have to wait to see how that funding breaks down. Specifically, what percentage of deals goes to early stage versus later stage companies. South Florida has never been great at growing their companies past the early stage, though that did start to look better in 2019. But even that may not matter much, because there's a trend that the region has been doing a great job at taking advantage of. That trend is the tech exodus in California. Though it's hard to say just how many, tech folks have been moving and keep moving to Miami from the San Francisco and Silicon Valley area. And the mayor of Miami has been very welcoming towards them and outspoken in his support for the local tech community. You can see this all happening over Twitter, and it feels like the first time since Magic Leap raised a huge round of funding in 2014 that South Florida tech is exciting again. It'll be a while before we can see the effects of this, if any. And South Florida tech seems to be on a growth trajectory regardless of how many folks come from California. but that could still definitely help move things along. And meanwhile, I already have this website built out, so why not join in? I've already started working on the site again, and I think I'll have something exciting to share in the next 2 to 3 weeks. If you want to see what that is and how this turns out both for me and Miami, you can expect more updates in this channel in the future, so remember to hit the subscribe button below. And as always, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, the best way to support this channel is by hitting the like and subscribe buttons below.